Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. My apologies for earlier today when I was out here. I had a new microphone that I literally killed. I've already killed it. I'm hard on shit. My wife always says, "You always break everything," and she's right. I do. I'm tough on shit. I just am. So I'm not using the mic. You'll probably hear the sound of the water and stuff out here. This is one of those places that I like to come to think. You know, at the end of the day, I like to sit out at the fire pit there and contemplate, did I do everything I could to be a better individual, a better person, and all that? When the weather's nice, I love to come out here with the fish pond, when I can see the fish. And yesterday it was nice because the fish were swimming around and all up in here. Right now it's gotten a little chilly tonight and they're kind of hanging low. But I know it won't be long before they're back up, and I'll be happy when they are, that I can be out here feeding them and interacting with them. Do you ever feel like you're being bullshitted? That, when you got kids and they come through and they tell you a story and that ain't how it really happened. You're full of shit. Now tell me the real story. So let's understand that earlier today, they basically said our Pro Bowl punter, who was one of the few bright spots as a free agent. Okay, now this is where it's crazy to me. You look at the free agents we had last year, I think Morris Kalady is the only one that's hung around for 2 years. Yeah. When you look at our free agents that we paid, our value picks, so to speak, you say Jaron Kurtz, that's a good one. Brian Aguilar, our punter, who's a Pro Bowler, that was a good one. He was only $1 million this year. But they came through and they said, well, we don't think we're going to be able to pay him. We don't think we're going to be able to pay him. So we're going to have to look for somebody else. Wait a minute. You're going to tell me that you don't have enough money to pay a Pro Bowl punter? Wait, there's more. Because we re-signed Noah Brown. That's great. I like Noah Brown. He's a nice dude. We can really look at it and say, how about Cedric Wilson? Cedric, who actually played really well in the time that he had, made the most of it, had over 600 yards in receiving. Not far from being behind Amari Cooper. But guess what? Cedric Wilson is priced out of our range here. We can't afford him. Really? Really? So let me make sure I have this straight. We can't afford to keep Amari Cooper, which will save us 16. D-Law, we wanted to get a pay cut. We wanted to get a pay cut from D-Law. He refused, so he's probably going to go. We did have enough money to franchise tag Dalton Schultz at $10.8 million. But we don't have enough money to keep one of the bright spots, a punter that'll probably be about $2 or $3 million. But we do have enough money to keep Greg Zuerlein. And you're telling us these things on the same day that the Green Bay Packers actually had Aaron Rodgers scheduled to make $46 million this season. They redid his contract where he's going to get $150 million this year, and making him now $50 million a year. And on top of it, you franchise tag Devontae Adams, which is another like $22 million a year. So let me make sure I got this straight. The Green Bay Packers, who were in worse cap shape than the Dallas Cowboys, now spend $70 million today $70 million today between Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers, and you're telling me we can't afford a $6 or $7 million receiver and a $2 or $3 million punter? I'm sure if I ever run into Stephen Jones is going to say security and have me arrested and beat the fuck up. I've been hard on Stephen Jones. I've had a lot of people calling me and saying and asking me, what are the Dallas Cowboys doing? And I don't know, because I feel like the Dallas Cowboys are pissing on our head and telling us it's raining. That they're literally doing like the kids when they break the window. Wasn't me, Dad. I was just, no, you're bullshitting. You're lying. Tell the truth. I feel like they're pissing on our head, trying to tell us and set us up for another bad year. You are handicapping your quarterback that you paid a boatload of money to. You're going to end up at the end of the summer, you're going to say that we've got a Super Bowl contending roster when you have nothing but a bunch of value picks. Now, for all those people that are saying that the Dallas Cowboys are chokers, I'm going to say that our defense overachieved. Let's be real here. Let's be real here. On the Dallas Cowboys defense, how many players do you look at and say they can start on other teams? That they will be head and shoulders starters on other teams. You can probably say Jaron Kearse. You can definitely say Diggs. You can definitely say Micah Parsons. You can probably say Randy Gregory. And if D-Law could stay healthy, you might say D-Law. But D-Law is unfortunately in that spot where you remember him with the 14-sack season. And the reality is, he's a guy that has back surgery and broken foot and stuff on a regular, who now misses games on a regular. A guy who's not as quick as he used to be on a regular. The fact that this defense went from 31st in scoring defense to 7th is a miracle. There's not a lot of talent that was really on that defense. Do you look and say, Van Der Esch, that's a great linebacker? He was before the injuries. But you can tell that he can't tackle with full force for fear of breaking something. Montre Kazeez, Keanu O'Neal, are they starters? Maybe Anthony Brown is. There are not a lot of great players on there, but they'll tell you, we got a great team. You know, we look and we say, oh, we got Zeke Elliott. Well, Zeke slowed down. And without an offensive line, and forget the bullshit that we have a great offensive line. We don't. We don't. Tyron Smith, it's been like 6 years since he's made it through a whole season. The last 2 seasons, he's missed at least 7 games each. La'el Collins is not the guy he was. He's had hip issues, and when you have hip issues, that really messes you up in football. Connor Williams, he's a penalty magnet. Tyler Badish needs to be replaced. The only stud you have is Zach Martin, and I dare say Terrence Steele, and Tyron Smith when he starts the season and is healthy. But once he gets one injury, he's done. His team is not a great team talent-wise. I will say they actually overachieved. And as other teams are out here saying, damn the torpedoes, damn the salary cap, we know it's going to explode, we're literally told that we can't keep a punter and our number 4 wide receiver because we don't have the money to do it. But somehow the Rams are going to get a new fat contract for Aaron Donald. The Rams are going to pay Matthew Stafford $45 million. They're going to find a way to keep Odell Beckham Jr. And they're going to even try to get Von Miller back in the fold. Oh, but I forgot. There might be enough money now to get Damian Wilson back. I'm sorry, Anthony Hitchens back. Yeah, one of those players, one of those many players that they always say, we don't have money to keep them, and they let them go, and you find out the guys that you had that you replaced them with, you literally wasted money that you could have kept the good player that you had. Yeah, Anthony Hitchens was a good linebacker for us. He played well, but they said, no, we don't have money for him. Let's draft Jalen Smith, the guy who's injured. Let's go ahead and get Van Der Esch, a guy who's had injury problems with his neck. Yeah. And now that Hitchens is old and now cheap, we want to bring him back. Stephen Jones, you don't know what you're doing. You keep spending and wasting money on guys that don't have any staying power, that are on their way out in the NFL. The good players that we have, you won't pay, and you let them go get Super Bowls elsewhere. And then you hold on to people who are injured. You love paying people. Is this a charity? Are you writing it off? That's what it is. The Cowboys are writing off the injured salary contracts as charity. They need a tax break and a tax shelter. I finally got it. That's what it must be. Because if it's about winning Super Bowls, and as Jerry always says, I'll write a check. I don't care how big, I'll write a check. Y'all ain't writing no checks. Y'all ain't writing no checks. You're only pissing on our head and telling us it's raining. I'm Mark Holmes, and well, this sucks. Oh. Washington was serious about trying to get a quarterback. They offered 3 number ones for Russell Wilson. I believe it was. Or 2 number ones. No, 3 number ones, 2 seconds, and some other stuff. And a couple of players. And got shut down. And right now, Mitch Trubisky might be going to New York to compete against Daniel Jones for the starting quarterback spot. And Washington, they ain't got nobody who wants to be the quarterback of that team. Telling you, Ron, call Cam. I'm Mark Holmes, and well, I'm going to catch y'all later. Peace.